شكله.
Okay, so here on M15, understand what? This is pure liquidity. Whereas pro trend is sells. Sells is pro trend. Yeah? Because higher time frame is what? Pro trend. We don't have to go over that. What can we see of this area? This is just a what? Retail support level. Yeah? This is retail support level. Liquidity. Yeah? I like to make it light purple because it's just another SMT. But anyway, what can we see of this price? Like we said, this is the high that has led to a low. This is coming from a higher time frame area. Yeah, this is main push. This is the main push. Complex pullback into 50% dealing range on a M15 and higher is respected. On M1 is not. So don't try to enter off a push on M1. M15, if you see 50% retracement, it's respected and it could go down. So we understand what? This is a high that has led to this low. This is a lower high. Where is the lower low? The lower low is here. Why? Because that broke it with a wick. Yeah? On support resistance traders, if it does not body close, they still buy. So they kept buying here, they kept buying here, all of these, they kept buying. So now we put a line here and we go across. We can see it wicked it down. So that is a break. So this was never a sweep. This was a lower low. This was also never a sweep. This is another lower low. What can we see? Where's the high that has led to this low? This high has led to this overall low that broke below this. So main recent push is from this high to this low, bearish. What can we see the high done? The high has swept some form of trend line right here. Has swept it right here. So it's inducement. Yeah, and it has led to a new lower low. What can we expect of this low? This low has failed to make a higher high. Higher high will be here. Yeah. So what can we expect? A smart money trap. This area right here, a what? Trap. On M15. Yeah? What can we understand of traps? They can lead to a what? A reaction of anything that's going on. So now if we see what's going on here and what happened with price, what can we see? We can see here price induce something. Okay, so now we collecting the dots, we collecting everything together, making it together, putting the puzzle together. What can we see? Price here swept another high. We are still on M15. Yeah, so now internally what can we see? High, low, lower high, lower low. Yeah, and it's mitigating that what? The smart money trap. Where can we expect price to go? We can expect a what? A medium inducement. This is the medium inducement here. Why? Because it's an M15 structure. So therefore today obviously I didn't take the continuation buys. I'm looking for sells, purely sells, because it lines up with the higher time frame analysis. And how did I execute this? Within this region right here, I went to see a zone. How can I pick my zone? This is what I do. I go here, replay, boom. Obviously I did this live earlier, so everybody's seen it, but I'll just go through it just in case somebody don't need it for whatever reason. So okay, I'm saying that is an inducement POI. What can we see here within this region? This inducement POI. Yeah, this is a low that has led to the high that broke above this. This is a high that has led to this low that broke below this level. Yeah, this here irrelevant. So now I go to the 3 minutes. 1 minute it shows me what? This POI. Yeah, whether you want to take it from there or not, it's up to you. What I do, I go 3 minutes, and what can I see? Okay, impulse candle that broke below what? This low. This is the impulse candle. Yeah, this is the candle prior. Okay, this wick is nothing. That wick is literally nothing. So in situations like this, you could take this whole zone like this, or if you want to be a little cheeky, what can you do? You could go on M1, M5, and just pick the most probable zone. For me, the most probable zone is inducement into a what? A mitigation. So now I go back to M1, and what can I see? I can see, okay, this is still an inducement, so it could still be considered that, like, you know, it swept some sort of a level, but the most high probable is this zone right here. Yeah, this zone, this 2 point something pips zone. So for me, this is the zone that I want to consider to take a trade from. Off the touch, I'm not talking about wait for confirmation, none of that. Off the touch, you take it as soon as it happens in your key time window. So there's variations to this. There's variation to this, yeah? Why did I not take it from there? Because it's likely price to come here, tap it, just wick, and go. And this is what I'm in the trade from. But why I said there's variations, yeah? If the medium inducement in your key time window is happening up here, if the session is opening up here, this is unlikely to hold, yeah? Why? Because session momentum. A lot of times you still find something like this, confirmation, then go. So if the session is opening all the way at the top, I am not taking that. Why? Why did I say that? This is a high of what? Anybody knows? What is this high of? This is high of New York. So if New York opening here and is right close to this high, it's likely to take that high too. So I'm not going to enter off a POI. Just a POI to the left, and I'm going to pick it and just hope it goes. Yeah? But when I see, okay, session is opening all the way at the bottom, yeah, here is very probable for me. So this is my first execution. Here, boom, cover that high. Something like this. And obviously, I'm still in the trade for the low. But forget that. We're talking about execution. So now, medium inducement happened in your key time window, right? What can we assume of this? We'll go to M5. What can we see here? Age high inducement. We said it time and time again. Trap. What do you see? Smart money trap. Age low inducement alone. What is it? Trap. Time and time again I said it. What is this? Age low right here. This is age low inducement. Smart money trap. But I don't really have to put a smart money trap because I have this overall context of price going lower. So this, I'll just leave it for now. So, what can we see here? Yeah? After this medium inducement that has happened, we go to M1. And now we what? You want to investigate. Now you want to investigate. You want to execute. If you're not in from the touch over there, it's okay. You know, you can always find a trade. What can we see here? This is the last low that has led to the high. This is the low that caused this medium inducement. The medium inducement did not happen from here. It happened from this low. What do we say? The low that has led to a medium inducement 9 times out of 10 is a smart money trap. Therefore, this low here is a what? SMT trap. Smart money trap. So, now, what can we see here? This is the high that has led to this low that broke below this low. This is a lower high that has led to a lower low that broke below this low. And now if you understand anything about the break, test, retest, all the stuff, yeah, this is break and retest. Yeah, price broke, test, made relative equal lows, came back to induce. Yeah, what can we see? This is the area that reacted off the smart money trap, had what? Failure. And also you have divergence between EU and GU, where EU is making a higher high, this is making a lower high to this high. This is making a lower high, respecting it. Here is making a higher high. So I have divergence, yeah, direction bearish, condition is bearish, smart money trap reaction, break and test. You could take this couple ways. What I did, I took it off the touch here. From this touch here, this is what I entered. Okay, if you didn't want to do that and you wanted to wait for everything to align and the stars and the moon to take a trade, no problem here. Yeah, where's the high that has led to the low? Where's 50%? What do we do? Okay, this is the high that has led to this overall low. that led to what? A break of structure here. From the high to the low, go 50%. High to low. Where's 50%? 50% lies around this region. You take it above. So this is the 50%. Anywhere above, you could trade. Whereas your zone will be here. This is your zone. Above 50%. Cover what? Cover the high. Be wise and cover the high, because if price, in a selling scenario, right? If this is your overall zone, you want to cover above higher a little bit anyway. Why? Because the spread is always on top, and when price is here, spread is here, and when price just comes a little bit into your zone, spread might wick you out because you have your stop loss here. So be wise and just cover the top. I'm not telling you cover all time high, but this whole thing was like 4.5 pips. So it's nothing mad. It's nothing mad, yeah? For me, I took it from here, so it was like 4.5, but even 5.1, that's not mad. That's actually decent for pip range. So this is one of the executions here. That is one of the executions, which is right here. That right there, cover this high. Okay, this is one of the executions. If you did not want to take that, okay, and you don't know where price is gonna go to the 3 minutes. And you have to be very quick when you're doing this. You have to understand. You cannot hesitate. You cannot sit down and wait. Hesitation leads to failure. I'll tell you that much. What can we see? We can see on the 3 minutes, this is the low that has led to this high that broke above this high. This is the high that has led to this overall low that broke below this low. Impulse candle. Candle prior, wick, wick. Yeah, this is the wick here. This is the wick low. Yeah, refine it. Where can you refine it to? Can we go to the 5 minutes? See nothing. Nothing on the 5 minutes. So for me, the best probable zone is the M1 zone. But if you wanted to just execute like this, you can. But if you understand M1 and where potentially price could go, potentially you could have done this, or you could have done the 50%. The two execution that presented itself within here. And this could have been what? Your second execution from here. The third execution was here, but price already came out of time window, so I just let it go. Which is where? Which is this break and retest zone right here. And I went to the M5. And what can I see? This is okay, hold on. I don't think it's that. Where is it? Somewhere here. Where was it? Yeah, right here. This zone right here of the M1, but I never came back to it. Yeah, why? This is the overall high that has led to what? This low that broke structure to the left, and I can see what? Trend line traders here, and this is break test 50% of this zone, plus on the 3 minutes, plus M1 is what? This is impulse candle that closed below this. This is the candle prior, wick, wick. Here, this was my second zone, but by that time when price came here, it was just way outside time window. So I just let it go. But yeah, this is the executions. What do you mean when you say condition is bearish? Can you explain it to me, my bro? Yes, sir. Okay, let's see here. Say, for example, which is this higher time frame. When I'm talking about higher time frame, anything from daily, H4, H1, anything lower, you could consider that just daily like session structure. Yeah, even H1 is relative. You could say it's daily, like just intra-session day structure. Yeah, but I use H1 also as my higher time frame narrative for structure and stuff like that. So imagine we have this move, okay, on the what? On the daily. We understand it's bearish, and now price within this region, or let's make this nice. Price is here, yeah, on a higher time frame narrative. Price is here, yeah. So on a lower time frame, if you go M15, you have structure that looks like this. Okay, this is the black lines indicates your structure on M15. Yeah, the red line indicates what? Structure of what? Of H4, H1 daily, something higher, something I would say 4-hour daily, something like this. Yeah, but I use the 1 hour as well. I consider as well. So the red one is a high time frame, right? Anything on the inside is the structure internally to these main pushes, because this is what? Main push, bearish. So now direction is what? Bearish. We understand higher time frame direction is bearish. And now, for example, you have a complex pullback. Yeah, let's delete this. You have a complex pullback into what? Premium zones. So this is the complex pullback here. And now we here, right? For example, now we are what? Within this region right here. Let's color that into red, for example. And let's color this as what? Bullish. Bullish what? Retracement. Okay? So this here is your retracement. This here is your direction. Yeah? Direction, complex pullback. So now, say your Asia session is within this box. Let's put it as a blue box because that's what I use. This blue box here does something like this, for example. Yeah? Say this, any of these highs, right? Whatever, I don't know why this high look crooked, but let's fix it up. Say any of these highs, yeah, Asia takes them out. For example, this high, Asia took that high out. Okay, that is a what? A medium inducement. So now say, for example, price is doing this, right? What can we understand? It doesn't matter what it's doing here. I mean, if it's building a straight trend line, I'm not trading from 50%. But what I'm trying to explain to you, for example, if Asia did the medium inducement and you have premium zones and price open up and you can see, okay, Asia mitigated a level of what? Premium. Because why? We in this red region here and price is what? At a premium zone. And who's interested in the market? Sellers. Yeah. So if this happened like this, your London, when you key time window open here for London, you're looking for a what? A continuation setup to the downside. Pro trend. Why is it pro trend? Because price is bearish. Yeah. And now your condition is what? Your condition for this session is going to be bearish. So now when the higher time frame, basically the direction, this is higher time frame, right? Higher time frame plus lower time frame is what? Condition to take the sells. Yeah? This is called what? This is called higher time frame what? This direction, this here, condition. When these two align like this, you could take a what? A pro trend scenario sell down. Yeah. So for this example that I gave you today, Asia did not do the medium inducement. Yeah. Asia just mitigated some level, and there was liquidity low, there's a liquidity high, and I just explained the trade. But basically, where is the medium inducement? For example, this was Asia like here, like so. Yeah, this was Asia. Asia did not do a medium inducement. Asia just did some nonsense and what? Respected this high. So, on this day, for example, which is today, Asia did a medium inducement to the low, which is a what? This. For you, if you want to counter that into the medium inducement, that is fine. But for me, I don't like counter trend trades because I got burnt so many times doing them. Yeah. And especially when like my bias is just 100%. I just want to sell or buy because that's what my high time frame is telling me. I won't take a buy all the way from the top here, even if it just goes 1,000 pips and I'm completely wrong and direction wrong and all of that. I don't do that. So So here for today, when London opened up, you had a what? Continuation counter trend. Why? Because trend is bearish, yeah? So you took a counter trend buy, yeah? This played out in New York. New York opened here at the low, swept this Asia low, yeah? Swept this Asia low. And we already know, we explained it. This is smart money trap, rate. It doesn't matter, right? But New York just sweep an Asia low and went up, and still within our kill zone, did what? A medium inducement. Mitigating what? This overall POI. Now what? Now what can you say? Now when you have a medium inducement in your key time window is what? Pro trend. Still, price is bearish overall. And now the condition, because you had this medium inducement up here, what's the condition? The condition is also bearish. That is what? That is pro trend reversal. So what are you going to take from here? Now what can you expect? I'm not telling you target some crazy level, but now from here you could expect what? Price potentially go make a lower low. Yeah? So this thing right here, this is pro trend. Basically, I look at the M15 structure, for example, like what I was just saying, and I see in these lows like this, and price was here. So now when I take this buy, yes, I could just target 50 pips, but I could target 100 more pips here because it's very high probable. Why? Because it's pro trend reversal. When the condition and the direction align, you could have a higher push. So that's basically that. I hope that is easy. It made sense. I know I could delete everything, but I'm trying to get my charts back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Meltdown. Look, yeah? Look. Never came back. Never came back. Look where we at. I'm telling you, this is the method. Method man, I'm telling you. I am telling you. Method man, we're running. Now I'm gonna crash. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, you see? This, I told you. I told you so. I told you so. I told you. If you're trying to get a payout, let it go. Method man never lies. If you trying to get payout and you think this price is going to reverse, good luck. If you trying to get a payout, you let it go. Like I told you. But, you know, at the end of the day, you trade whatever you desire, my friends. So whatever the desire is, that's what you trade. For me, like I was telling you, it's 1 to 36. Yeah, I stay humble too long. So now, this is no humble trading here. I'm not humble about this trade at all. This trade is all the way down to that low. And now if price comes reverse and it hits, I trailed my stop loss, obviously. My stop loss is right here, my original TP. If it decides to reverse on me, I'm okay with it. Why? Because I was in here 2 trades and I closed 1 trade.
Yo, Six,
Yes, sir.
can you explain, bro? Why didn't you expect any retracement? Like after that inducement, wouldn't you say like a lot of liquidity has been taken? Like at least we need some form of retracement.
Because you have to understand, bro, the higher time frame target. What is the target of all of this? What are we targeting? First, we want to go make a lower low, right? First, yeah? And before you could see any buys happening within this, right? What can we see? We could see all of this liquidity, yeah? These zones, people going to be buying from here. Look at these lows. Why would you even consider to be like, okay, this is going to go again here? Yeah, it 100% is, there's a potential that I could do it. But guess what? I'm not like, this is very high probable, like at least to here. Yeah? So in a pro trend scenario, you don't know where's the lower low is going to be. Yeah? You don't know. Just give me 1 second. I got to answer my mom on the phone.
Oops.
Yeah, so basically on a pro trend scenario, like we just explained, direction and condition aligned for bearish momentum. Guess what? These, you do not know where's the lower low gonna end, right? And you know of what? They move with momentum, volume, yeah? Because they have what? A destination to make a lower low, to do something. So for me personally, my experience with this, right, is these don't have retracement. They have slow retracement. So me trailing my stop loss into this region right here is very probable. Why? Because price, once you move off with momentum like this, is unlikely to retrace. Price probably gonna continue doing that, and Asia gonna be the retracement. Then you're gonna have another push to the downside tomorrow. So for me, instead of closing here and just trailing my stop loss to this low, and now if price, for whatever reason, decides to do this, my original TP still hit. I'm not mad. Yeah?
So to put it in simple like wording, you will say like it's all about the context and the fact that we need like higher time frame like destination to reverse
Correct.
from. So the fact that there's no like available a zone that makes sense to reverse from, price doesn't need to do it basically.
Correct. Plus, yeah, this is a considered a swing trade. If you're just trading intra-session trade, bro, like just find your pip range. For example, we open here our session, boom, yeah, the indicator. We open here and you find, okay, look, now price moves 60 pips or 70 pips. Your average, like for example, 50 pips, 60 pips, whatever, from whatever you entered, or from whatever the high of that session is to the average pip range, and you close your full TP, and that is fine. If you just want to pick like, okay, this is a New York low right here. What time did that happen? 8 o'clock. If you want to just take your profit here, that is fine too. For me, because this is a swing trade, it makes sense for me to hold. Why? Because it's lying on a higher time frame narrative, yeah? But like if you just intra-session trading and stuff like that, just close it and call it a day and no problem. For me, yeah, because I'm swinging this, because this is a like 1 to 41 or some crazy thing. I don't want to leave on what like gains that I didn't close, basically, yeah. Where's the gains? From here. So for me to lose, because price was here at that moment, to lose 10% or 14 pips versus losing, you know what I'm saying, 60 pips. I don't want to leave my break even all the way at the top and just, it's risky for me. If I'm up crazy amount for the week, best believe it, I will leave the stop loss above too, which is not smart, but sometimes I do that when I'm swinging it. Yeah? But I'm not up like some ridiculous amount for the week. If I'm up some ridiculous amount, best believe it, I'll leave my break even up there and continue. But since I'm not up some ridiculous amount, I want to be safe and trail my stop loss, because I never want to a winning trade turn into be a losing trade like this, and I only close the partial. You understand?
Yeah, that makes sense, man. I think I'm
So
gonna backtest that one and how to swing trade probably because I feel like I miss out on a lot of these, high
yeah,
time
bro.
frame
Like
trades.
when it aligns with the higher time frame, bro. Like what I tell you, when you have a runner, you let that thing run, bro. Let it run. Let it
Mm.
like a slow retracement. Look at these. Look at all of these. Yeah, runner. Yeah. Where's the retracement in these? Where's any retracement in this? Do you see any retracement in these? Nothing. This
No,
is a runner. Yeah, runner. Where's this retracement? Where's, yeah? It happened the next day. So for me, if this is gonna be a runner, it's gonna have minimum retracement. So I'm not worried about retracing. And if it retraces, it hits back, no problem. This is my original TP, got hit. So but this is just a swing trade.
can you go to GU entry real quick?
Yes, sir.
It's like me personally, I covered like the imbalance above. Was it a
Why,
waste of like pips, or did the divergence just make up for, you know, the fact
bro?
that I
The
need
the
to?
whole context of this, bro, is there. Yeah. There's no point in covering more than, if anything, bro, you add more lots. Like if you down on your account and you want to cover this whole high, it's nothing crazy. Yes, you can. It'll be perfectly fine. Yeah. If you good with entries, yeah, like like as soon as I changed this color white, I've been killing the entries like from the wick I'm in. But yeah, like basically, like here, yeah, you can see what this high, yeah. Where is this high? This high is equivalent to that high, yeah. You don't have to put limits here, but when price came here at the same time, yeah, look what it's doing. It's making a higher high, is making a lower high. You know, you're not trying to find the direction. You're already looking just to execute. For me here, I would have just put it here, stop loss above. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was already
yeah.
in the trade from these wicks right here, these two candle wicks right here. I was already in the trade, but what I'm telling you is at this moment, right? Like if you still developing and you're not really like sure and stuff like that, it's okay. Just backtest this. But what I'm telling you is this is here to here is 3.9 or whatever. Say you cover 4.5, whatever. To cover all this imbalance is what 6.8. It's still very probable zone. I get it. You did the right thing by covering this. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're right to do this. Is good that you did that. But once you want to refine your zone, how many lots did you risk on this trade?
It was a 25K account, so I think it was like 5 loss something. 5 loss.
Okay, so look, from here to here is what 3.8. Say you covered 4.2, right? That's 4.2, right? Here, this zone. And if you cover the whole imbalance to the top, is what? Is 6.7. So what's the difference between 6.7 and 4.2? Almost three pips, right? Almost. It's less, a little bit less, but just round it. Say 4 pips and 3 pips. Yeah, equals to 7 pips total. But obviously this is 6.7, so it's not 7 pips. Close. Just roundabout.
You know what my idea was?
So
I was like, it's approach and trade. I know it's gonna make a low. I don't want to be like wigged out and then it goes my way. Like I was like, I want to be,
no,
secure in that.
no, 100%. What you did, bro, is the right thing. Like doing this right here, bro, is right. Is the right thing to do. But what I'm trying to tell you is try to just backtest this and see if you get good with the entries and time, you could start doing this instead of
your perspective, bro. It makes a huge difference. Like 3 pips less. That's
bro.
like
It's
reach
like
1 to 20, 1 to 10,
think
like very
think
quickly.
about it, bro. If I'm only taking this zone and I'm just waiting for divergence here to enter, right? And this is 3 pips or 3.4 or 4 pips, right? And say this whole zone that I was potentially going to cover, this whole thing is 9 pips, and say I'm taking here, yeah, 15 lots just to have say $1,000 stop loss, right? And now I cut that in half. I cut that in half here. This would still be $1,000 loss. But guess what? Here, bro, I'll be here 60, 70 pips, 70 lots, 75 lots. That equals to $1,000 stop loss. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm only telling you this is for the future for you to scale. But like your question, just to answer your question straight on and not go around a question and this and that and make it into a long story short. Yes, you're right. Covering this high, being in a trade better than not being in a trade. You did the right thing. But if you want to scale up, this is the way. If you want to make some ridiculous amount of money with the same risk, this is like people see me 200 lots. Oh, bro, how 200 lots? Because
that's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? When I'm taking 75 lots here and I'm covering that high and I'm putting like 2,500 stop loss, no problem. But when I'm catching in 2 pips, brother, I'm loading, bro. Like it's the same SL for me. Like I'm not losing more. I'm losing the same amount of money. You get it? So this is just for loading more. He said I have to switch to white too. Yeah, man, you just have to trail your stop loss. Be wise.
What is that white stuff you're talking about? What is that white stuff like? You said something about you changed something in your trading view.
Oh, he's talking about the what's it called? The okay, second trade just closed. So perfect. Beautiful. The background on the trading view for the chart, because my background was dark, and I went in through loops to finally get it. Okay, now the second trade closed at $11,664. But guess what? Both trades netted today they have netted 16K $68. So 16K $68 minus 0.5 risk from London. So total of $15,000 and 862 cents. So that's the day. Now, if price decides to come back and reverse all the way, I'm just out of the trade. I don't care. Let it do whatever it wants to do. I'm not mad. And that's that. Just to show so people don't say, oh, I'm making things up. This is the two trades. This is exactly where the first TP was. This is where I trailed my second stop loss is. And guess what? This is still netted me what? A 127 and a 1 to like 11. I think 11. Because I think something like this. Yeah, 11 point something. This whole trade 1 to 3 and 1 to 11. That's what it netted me. And the second one 1 to 3 and a 1 to 7. So that's that. Would you say I was wrong for waiting for the high on EU to get swept before entering as it reacted to resistance? No, bro, you're not wrong. But you know, you have million pairs to trade. Why just trade EU alone? Why didn't you look at GU when you had a medium inducement? Why not take the medium inducement? Unless you don't, trade GU, then I understand. But wake up, analyze both, then you just see which one aligns. Because you're not going to find a trade every day in EU that you like. Yes, there's a trade every day, but nothing that maybe you don't like. You understand? So what you do is you wake up and you analyze both and you see which one is more probable for the session. Then before New York time, you analyze again and you see which one is more probable for the session, and that's the one you trade. Like for me, like I told you, age of high sweeps, I don't trade. Can I take it? Could I trade it? Could I trade? I could have done all of that. It's nothing I trade. So there is a trade. It's just nothing I like. So that doesn't mean, I have to execute. So you're not wrong for waiting for that resistance level to break before you taking the trade. But I would say you are wrong for not looking at the other pair. If you trade both pairs and you didn't look in the other pair for a better opportunity and you're just waiting for that, then, you're wrong in doing that. But, you not taking EU because it was just doing some nonsense that you didn't like, bro, you have to stick to your rules. That's 100%. That's what you're supposed to do. What time do you have your Asia and Frankfurt session, bro? Mine's is a bit off. I told you, man. Me, I'll be cooking. This is the time. So New York time, related to what your whatever you're at. So this is for me is 1700, which is 5 p.m. New York time. So this line here indicates 5 p.m. This for me where Asia session opens every single day, 5 p.m. This when session opens. It doesn't make sense when you have a gap here, There's no gaps. A market doesn't have gaps. Yeah. Sometimes momentum just kick a gap in, but there's no way from here. You saying okay. Session, for example, from from this to this. Say for example from 9 a.m. for me, which is New York time here, yeah, until 5 p.m. is when it closes. This is New York, yeah. So New York 5 a.m. or 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. This is my New York time, right? So now after 5 p.m. what session is that? You cannot say that now Asia open up here. For me, I don't believe in that. That is just not this is not my thingy, right? So for me, Asia session opens up 5 p.m. Convert it to what? Your time window. If you have that wrong, yeah, this might not be an Asia high for you. Okay? This might not be an Asia low for you. And that's the days where I'm saying, okay, this is an Asia high trap, ray, and you might not consider it as an Asia high because your times is off. And what happens? You might potentially get smoked. But this is my window that every day it never changes. It opens at 5 p.m. It closes at what? Here, 1 in the morning. This is my Asia session every day that I'm not gonna change. I don't care who says what. I don't know why I put 2 A's, but yeah, besides the point. I don't care what anybody says. This is my Asia every day. Well, I'm not using it alone. Alex uses the same thing. Wakar uses the same thing. So if you say I have no idea and I don't know what I'm doing, you cannot say that they don't know what they're doing as well, right? So this is the same time. I'm not taking anything other than that. This is my time. So Frankfurt opens exactly for me at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is Frankfurt. So at 2 a.m. until 3 a.m. is Frankfurt. And obviously London is 3 a.m. for me, which is 8 a.m. for you. So Frankfurt will be 7 a.m. 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. is your Frankfurt session if you live in London. 8 a.m. until 1 o'clock, or not 1 o'clock, I don't know when in UK time, but 8 a.m. is your London session, obviously. But Frankfurt 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. your time, London time. It's 2 a.m. till 3 a.m. NY time. So lastly, the timing code and the indicator you created, or do we need to change it? My brother, with this, you just have to do what? You just have to, like, if you left it by itself, it's already coded for the right time. Like, I only changed these because the daytime savings. But this here, if you leave it at this exact same setting, you will have the exact same lines as I do. So if you just leave it within here and you don't change time zone, you don't do nothing, you will get the exact same effect. Yeah. So if you just leave it here just like this, just copy this exact same thing. Copy this exact same settings. Then you will get the exact same effect. So here, these are the settings. Here, you see look back days. You could make it 60 days if you want for your session pip range. For me, I only consider the last month. Last month session pip range. Chart label look back. This is 1 hour. The first hour of session open. So the first hour of session open, I'm considering 20 days. The last 20 days of the first hour of session open, this is what I'm considering. Overall, the last month is what I want to know. Because if the last month is going on war and the war is still going, I'm not considering, pip range from 2 years ago that, oh yeah, session pip range used to move this. I'm using current data that, obviously your data, it cannot be off 1 day or 2 days because, one day that it moves 120 pips does not define the rule that, the session moves a certain amount of pips. So I use 30 days. If you want, you could use 90 days. You could use 60 days. You could use 1 day. You could use whatever you want. But basically, Asia, 17 to 1 o'clock in the morning. 1700, which is 5 p.m. New York time. 1 a.m. New York time. Frankfurt, 2 in the morning till 3 in the morning. a.m. New York time. London, from 3 to 4. What? New York time. 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. These are these boxes that you see. The one boxes. Because it's calculating the hour. Yeah? New York trap is from 8 o'clock a.m. till 9 a.m. New York time. NY visual is from 9 to 10. This is just the key. Like when you hear people, session pip range 25. This is just the first hour. This is basically that. And if you kill it and you kill this and you open that, this is what it looks like. So if you want to go in 1 minute and just deep it down for a second, now we'll remove all of this and we'll go here. We'll show you right here. What can we see here? Yeah. Now we'll put a line here. What is this? This is 3 o'clock a.m. What is that? That is your kill window for London. This is London. This is my kill window. Yeah. So let's see here. What is going on here? What went off? Something went off. UTC 5. We're at, yep, UTC 5. Okay, right here. Perfect. So you can see what? The first line here is what? At 2 in the morning is your Frankfurt. Is covered in what? This yellow line. Yellow line from 2 a.m. until 3 a.m. is what? Is your what's it called? Frankfurt session from 3 a.m. until 4 a.m. This is your London, but London is all the way here. So the kill zone for London is at 6 o'clock, which is right here. But this, I use it for visual for what? The first hour pip range for data. See, first hour pip range is 14. The past 20 days have been ranging 21 pips per first hour. So if I catch a trade here, I understand 21 pips, I'm out. Yeah, like for stuff like that. That's all I'm using it for. Then what can we see here? This is this thin line that you could barely see here, which I could make it a thicker line here. New York zone, London zone, New York trap line right here. I can make it like this, and now you can see it. Yeah, I can make it red, I can make it blue, I can make it whatever. This is what? New York what? Trap time right here. 8 a.m. until what? 8 or 9 a.m. which is right here. This is New York trap time. These two lines. I could code it and make it say words and write stuff that is, but I don't really need that. because I believe if you're a trader, you have to pay attention, yeah? So if you see two lines, you have to know, okay, my yellow line is, I understand, is Frankfurt for me. My red line basically is New York. You have to pay attention. So here, from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m., first hour of New York. I'm only putting a box around the first hour of New York. Why? Because this here shows me the pip range of the first hour, which most people, your session pip range 35 pips, based on the first hour. So this is the first hour is 24 pips, 24.4 what it moved today. The other one right next to it, 25.6, is the past 20 days. The past 20 days in the first hour, New York moves about 25.6. The overall is here. The average for New York is about 57 pips for the day, for the past 30 days. The average, the whole session. But this is just for me, for data, because I like to find what inducements within my key time window. So for example, say for whatever reason I got into this counter trend, which I didn't, I sold. But let's assume that I got into here and I understand this is a counter trend, and for whatever reason I found a POI to the left and I entered here. I understand within 25.6 pip range I'm gone. So okay, from this low, from whatever I entered, right, or from whatever the lowest area, I look, okay, 25 pips. Where's 25 pips? 25 pips, I'm out. So if this was a trade, for example, and I enter the counter, this boom, boom, I'm out. When I'm waiting for my sell, if I was countering, or this is what I use it for. Because usually lately, I've been getting entries late because I've been waiting more. But late, like usually within the first hour, I find my trade. Almost like every day. Within the first hour of the session, I find my trade. No problem, fam.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, bro. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, shit, bro. How are you? Okay.
Alhamdulillah, man. How are you? How's the
I'm
baby
good,
doing?
man. Hi, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I was just gonna ask you a question about CAD, if that's okay, quickly.
Yeah, bro, I got you. Let's see.
There was a buy position that I wanted to take, but I didn't understand whether it was order flow or if it was a trend line. I think the USD comes first.
Only Forex.com. It's all we use, or all I use personally. Forex.com. So let's see.
Wonders on bullshit.
USD CAD. Okay, where are we talking from?
So you see that supply at the top where Asia?
Asia.
That supply. No, the one on the left. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that whole
This?
zone. Yeah, the
Okay.
one underneath actually, the decisional.
This?
The decision. Yeah, impulsive. I saw that as a smart money trap because
Okay.
when I went on the 3 minute, 5 minute, I saw like it was a consolidation zone. The low
Yeah.
got swept, so I was like, if the low got swept, price has to come take out the high, and there's also a liquidity point of Asia high on top of that, right? And we also had a medium inducement just after the Asian session finished today
Okay.
at the bottom. You see that internal structure,
Yes.
the wick, and then it tapped into a demand, which was a valid demand that caused.
How is this after your Asia
No,
session
don't-
finished? This is 4 in the morning, bro. This is
No.
London session.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because you see the wick on the left.
Yeah. This is London session. You had a medium inducement in London session.
Yeah, because you know what is the pair doesn't move well in London. It only moves like in New York.
Okay.
So I know what I saw that, and I was like, okay, there's trendline liquidity coming down as Asia was about to finish from Asia high, the wick. So I marked that as a liquidity, and then what I saw is a minor inducement. You see what time is that? You see the wick next to it.
Okay. One question, bro. I want to show you one
Yeah.
question. Yeah. You expecting this area to be smart money trap, right?
Yeah. The whole
Your
zone.
bias is bullish, right? Or am I
Yeah.
assuming things? Your bias is bullish, right?
Yeah.
And you
Because
seen
the
this
4
medium
hours.
inducement. You seen this medium inducement and what? In
Time window.
time window, right? You say you didn't
Yeah.
take it because whatever reason, right? Cool. Now you just look at here. We'll break it down right now. What can you see before your session? What is going on before your session? Let's see here. Yeah. This is a low that has led to that high. This is a smart money trap. Why? Because the age high. Cool. This age high, you're bullish. You're bullish, alright? You had a medium inducement, so you know this is a smart money trap. That got smoked. Okay? Smart money trap. Cool. That got smoked, right? What is this? This is age high inducement. Another smart money trap.
100%.
Okay? Right before your key time window, you look left. Do you have a medium inducement? You don't have a medium inducement. Is price mitigating your smart money trap so you could expect a reaction and you don't want to trade the opposite way? No. What can we see here? We can see what? Now we follow inducements. You just follow inducements. Equal lows. Inducement.
Yeah, that was my entry right there. That
Okay.
inducement didn't want.
I just want to show you something real quick, right? Look.
Yeah.
This low now has led to this high that broke above. This, where's 50%? Low to high, 50%. Put a line. Put a line of 50%. And now drop down in time frame and see if you have a zone within that to execute for New York. Say you didn't execute here, or unless you took it inside time, outside time, that's, I don't know. But all I'm showing you is this for New York, right? Because you didn't have a medium inducement high to sell, and your bias is bullish, and you're looking for a continuation trade. So now look, drop down to the 3. Can we find something here? Okay, we understand this is an inducement. Maybe this is an impulse candle. Maybe this is prior. I don't know. So let's check. Okay, this is wick, and that is a wick. This is nothing, right? But I will mark this is a high, right? And I will go back to the 5 minutes. Check the 5 minutes again. Okay, that is a high. That is the impulse candle. That is the candle prior. Nothing. And I want to go on what? Below the 50%. So now I go M1. Is there anything on M1? Here. Anything on M1? Okay, what can I see on M1? Let's see. Let's see here. What is going on here? This is a high that has led to this low. This is a low, lower high that fails to make a lower low. Price what? Broke higher right here, right? So now if you say impulse candle, candle prior, where's the impulse candle? This is the impulse candle. This is the candle prior. So if you want to do this, wick to wick, and you extend that to the right, you see what? Mitigation of that area right there. That could have been your play. And if you want to be safe, you cover the whole low if your pip range counts. So within here, boom, boom, 4.7, perfect. Now if you want to go 3 minutes and you want to refine this even more, what can we see? You could see, okay, sweep of the low right here. First candle, second candle, third candle. This would have been my execution if I was basing it on the M3 execution. So 1, 2, 3 below this line, I would execute it if I was just only looking at that 3 minutes. On the M1, I'll look here and I'll see. Let's see. What is this? Why is this still stuck? Here, what can I see? Okay, this is a sweep of the low. 1, 2, 3 has been swept right here. Remember what I say, 3 candles in a row, your entry below what? The third one, right? Remember I said that? So now you see here, 1, right? This swept the low. You had 1, 2, 3, swept that, the low. So for me, I would never wait for this, and all my entry would have been here. And if I want to get like risk to reward crazy, and this is like small zone, and I wanted to load up lots, this is 2.8. If you want to be safe, you cover the whole low. And why? You're not expecting this to break because it's an inducement POI. Swept liquidity before. So this would have been my entry for New York. And where can you target? You could target the medium inducement, because after that, it depends all on the higher time frame. I don't know if this is a pro trend. If not, because obviously I didn't look to the left
It was a
for like
counter.
high time frame. So if
Before
this is a counter, where can you
Yeah.
take it? Yeah, I don't know where price is coming from. Here, is it coming from like a high time frame low? Where's this coming from?
Nah, the swept is like a liquidity. It took out like a major liquidity point.
Okay, so we're bearish overall, and this is
Yeah.
a counter to like premium, right? So now,
Yeah.
so this you could say this is what? This is your pro trend. What? This is a pro trend continuation. Why? Because price now is at a lower low, did a major inducement, and you had M15, one leg, two legs of structure, and now you're trading bullish. So the internal structure to go retrace to whatever the premium zone is bullish. So you could consider this as a what? A pro trend continuation trade. So for this, for me to take it, I probably would just, it depends if I'm up for the week or not. But 1 to 3, that's first target, right? I'm assuming this is a smart money trap. This is the age of high. I probably would just kill that at the age of high.
Okay.
Even though you could go crazy, I would just probably just killed it for age of high. If you down on your account, then it might be a little different, and you might feel a little different. But for me, just like here, if I understand this is a smart money trap, I already know it's not gonna respect. Yeah, here, this is age of high. Yeah, and if price is coming here from a daily low after a major inducement, and you had what? Yeah, you had boom, boom, first leg, came back, retrace, induce, boom, boom, second leg, and now you have inducement, right? Break a structure, no medium inducement to the top, and for whatever reason you said this is a smart money trap, and it did not mitigate, and New York opens. I'm looking for a continuation. I'm not going to stress it out too much, and I'll just look to enter from areas like this. I'll look for inducements that make sense, 50% of the dealing range, and I'll find my zone, and I'll execute, for example, like this. Obviously, I didn't take this trade because I wasn't. I didn't trade. I don't trade.
The same thing that you just came up with was the same thing that my analysis was, literally on point. But the only thing that I was worried about is you see the sweep of Asia low, right? If you get a line and then you drag it towards the right side, I thought that's why my question was it an order? No, this one, the one next one.
This?
The one that one, and then
what I'm telling you is, why would you say this is a inducement of Asia low when you had clearly a medium inducement here?
No, not that. What I'm saying is, you see how that low swept Asia high, right? That the low on the left.
This low, yeah.
Yeah, no, the one on the left, just the main
this
from
low.
the bottom. Yeah, if you get a trend line from there and drag it across to the right side, would it not be like a trend line, or would it be considered as order flow? Yeah, that's what I was worried about, and I removed my limit.
Why would this be a order? Like, why would this be a trend line?
Because of the third touch would have been my entry.
So okay, let me show you this, bro. Let me show you this. Let's go M15 quick. Can you not say this is a trend line?
Yeah.
For this trade?
100%.
All of this, can you not say this is a trend line? Can you not say this overall thing is a trend line here?
Yeah.
But you overthinking it. You know what I'm saying? You're overthinking.
Okay.
You're overthinking this. You had what? Medium induced. You just have to follow your session. Whatever. Like, you expect this to break. Smart money trap. You have a complex pullback. Bullish. Everything is aligned there. Your confluence all is there. Don't overthink. Don't overthink too much, yeah? You see medium inducement in key time window in London. You didn't trade this. Wonderful. No problem. Now, New York opened. Okay, New York open is here, yeah? Do you have a medium inducement to the left? No. What is your direction? The direction is bullish. What is your condition? There is no medium inducement. You look for a continuation to the upside. Okay, 5 minutes. Can you see liquidity? Where can we see a liquidity? Okay, break and retest traders right around this area. Right around this region, yeah? Break and retest. So I know this low is a smart money trap. And if you want to counter that, you can, but I wouldn't counter. I would just put myself into a continuation setup. Okay, where's the dealing range then? The dealing range is from that high right here to this low right here. Okay, where's 50%? 50% is where lying around this area. Boom, high to low, 50%. Because we're not on a higher time frame. Yeah, higher time frame 50% is respected. Lower time frame is not. So if I find something here, this anything below here, you want to trade for New York within your key time window because you didn't have a medium inducement to the high, 1000%. You know,
Okay.
so you don't have to hesitate, bro. Like you could see here, like price is showing you who's in control. Price is showing you medium inducement. Okay, equal lows, inducement. How do you know this is an inducement? Led to a break of structure, and you have a trap. Then, like you know, then if this had a medium inducement up here, then I would say, yeah, don't take this zone. But you look left, there's no medium inducement. What? Just don't be hesitant. Like this is fine.
That would have passed my account, but yeah, I just removed it.
I bet you if this was a demo, you would have executed that.
If there was 100%, 100%. But I was like to myself, okay, I see like it's an inducement based demand because it took liquidity to the left and broke structure and it left a test, so it needs to come lower. But I was like to myself, okay, you know what? Let me try to get a trend line and see if it created anything.
Brother, this is not a trend line. All of these are inducements.
So
All of this is swept liquidity. Everything here is swept liquidity.
Okay.
You know, like if you really want to say trend line, why didn't you say all of this is trend line? You shouldn't be buying above this until low, previous daily low. Then you could buy. Can you say all of this is trend line? Look, if you want to make trend line, we could make trend lines. Can you say all of this nonsense trend line?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, bro, don't overthink it.
Yeah.
You know, you can make like I'm telling you, bro, and you have to tackle this. This is from a place of fear. I'm telling you, I'm gonna just keep it a G with you. What you're thinking in your head is from a place of fear. What if I lose this, bro? Don't enter 1%. Enter 50%. Then if you're wrong, you just have to be wrong, bro. You're gonna be wrong. You see me this morning. I hit a stop loss on London. Look now, like I'm up how many percent? Yeah. So, but guess what? In London, 0.5 risk because I know it's less probable setup. So I'm not gonna risk like 2%, 3%, 1%. It's less probable setup. So guess what? 0.5. Now look here. This is 1% and 1%. I hit a 1 to 7 and a 1 to 13. Yeah. So you just obviously overall is not like 1 to 7 and 1 to 13 is not 20 R because I closed 1 to 3 and 1 to 3 and I took the rest. But for risking, 1K again, 15, bro, just, I'm telling you, bro, don't hesitate. Like, you learn all this stuff, use it. And if you're wrong, just go back test it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if something that does not meet your criteria, whatever your checklist is, don't take it. I'm with you on that. Like, if it does not meet your setup and you don't want to take it, it's okay. Don't take it. Don't trade it. I understand that.
This one met everything.
So why not trade it? Why?
Yeah.
Fear of you not being wrong. Brother, you're going to be wrong, bro. You're going to be wrong.
I messed up on that one. It's my fault.
You know, that comes from hesitation. You hesitate because, let me tell you why. Because you think your account in drawdown is okay now. Let's see.
It's on 3%.
3% up or 3% drawdown?
Down.
Okay, so look, where is this coming from? This is coming from, if I took this, I'm going to be 4% drawdown. Yeah? Bro, you're going to be wrong, bro. But if you're scared to trade, if you're scared to enter, you're not going to make money. You could analyze as much as you want. You could demo trade. You could do whatever you want, right? But you have the skill, bro. I know you have the skill, right?
Yeah.
How many times you took a demo account and you flipped it to 200K, 300K? How many times? I've seen you do it countless times.
Yeah.
So, bro, you have to trade that thing like a demo. And if you blow it, you go get another one. Like, I'm not saying, like, go crazy and do some nonsense. But if everything is there, bro, like, it's okay, bro. Take a stop loss. Like, if you're not sure, like say if you scared, yeah? If you scared.
Yeah.
Instead of doing 1%, 1K, do I don't know the size of the account, but if this is your 1%, do 0.5, whatever, 500 stop loss. So instead of entering 30 lots or whatever this is based on the pip range, enter half of that. Like, don't be like, bro, this, if you be scared in these markets, bro, you're not gonna get paid. I promise you, you're not gonna get nothing. Yeah, but even let's see, even after mitigator, where can you take it? Let's see. We understand this is no medium inducement here. Yeah, no medium inducement.
Yeah.
So we understand that is a trap. That's what I'm telling you sometimes when I say, oh yeah, you wait for that low to get mitigator because price is never coming there. Like this scenario here, price is never coming back here. Yeah, so you have to move on with your life. You cannot keep looking at this and say, oh, price is gonna come there. Okay, now for example, obviously I didn't trade this, so now I'm saying this is a smart money trap. What do I need? I need a minor inducement. Where can I see a minor inducement? Minor inducement, right? What does it have to do? Break high. Okay, so within this leg, I'm gonna find something. I promise you I'm gonna find something. With this low to that high. Now I just have to flip in time frame. 3 minutes. Okay? You can see impulse candle prior if you want to take that. 5 minutes. This is the impulse candle that I am gonna like. Why? Because it's full bullish. Minimum wick. There's no wick. There's no wick here. Candle prior, wick to wick. And now you understand what? You're taking it from what? From the middle of the push. So you cannot go crazy and hold it for like stupid amount of time because you was hesitant on a perfect scenario. So from here, I would take the trade. From here, depending on pip range, I'll take the trade here. Exit at what? 1 to 3 partial, 100%. So whatever 1 to 3. 1 to 3 here, you would have got a partial. This your overall TP. Exit the market. 1 to 7. You're done. But you just let it go. Because you assume there is a trend line and ray and you just let it go.
Yeah, that one. And I'm gonna be backtesting that tonight. Definitely.
Yeah, bro. I get it, man. Like,
Because
sometimes,
you know what it is? One thing I say to myself is, what if I lose? It's might take me a while, a month or two to get a new one, so I can't be ox. So let me not take this and take it on demo. That's how I think sometimes. But I need to come out of the cycle.
bro, if stop loss, bro, just more data, bro. Like, you have to journal. Like, you have to write the stuff down. You have to go journal the stuff. You have, like, the trades you take, the stop loss you take. Like earlier, I'm be honest with you, I'm be straight up with you, yeah. I knew it was less probable trade. Taking a sell in New York and in London. I knew those equal highs. I pre-analyzed. I did all of that. Guess what got to me? FOMO, straight up FOMO. I fumbled that. I had to enter something. I was itching. That was the feeling, yeah? Let me tell you why. That's why I hit stop loss in London. I was itching to do something. I was itching to lose money, yeah? And that's the reason why I hit stop loss in London. I was itching. I couldn't be patient. But guess what? I wrote that down. I put the trade down. I journaled that. You see? But you see now in New York, I was like, yep, okay. We identified the problem. I'm not doing that today. Let's see. I need a clean setup. Yeah, but when it came, I was not hesitant, yeah? What could I say? I could have said, oh yeah, that zone that I marked, that I wake up and I analyze and I waste all this time on this chart and I marked, yeah, the zone came there and I'm not going to execute. Brother, I'm not doing that, I promise you. I'd rather be wrong. Like, I'd rather be wrong. Yeah? I'd rather be wrong and hit a stop loss than wake up, analyze, hurt myself, stress my brain out, like kill my mood, and analyze and not execute. If I analyze it, I'm executing. I don't care, bro. I'm wrong. I'm like, it don't matter. I'm wrong, bro. You're gonna learn from your mistakes. That's the only thing that you're gonna learn from. You know what I'm saying? So for me, once I analyze it, I put it in my head, unless I see something different, which is not off of fear, of like realistic, like, okay, boom, 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 like price. Say I'm trying to sell from here and I see boom, boom, price coming like this. Okay, I'll be like, okay, yeah, maybe, that's something different. But like, if everything is there, I don't care, bro. Let me take a stop loss. I'd rather take a stop loss. No problem. Because Like, you know, the ones that you analyze everything and you hesitant, like, okay, let me be straight up honest with you. Yeah, this is EU, right? This is EU, yeah? Remember this yesterday, yeah? Remember this trade. I was hesitant. I'm be honest with you, yeah? I was waiting for the most, like, my zone met to the pip, which is this, yeah? Then coming back, my zone is met, and I was still, like, hesitant. And I didn't enter, right? Look how far it went. Look, yeah? And I've been talking about those lows at the bottom and all of that, yeah? So look at this. Like, from the absolute top, look how many pips now. Almost 100 pips to the downside, yeah? Almost 100 pips. 90 pips to the downside. I missed on that yesterday. Guess what? I'm being real with myself. I was hesitant. I hesitated. And that's why I missed it and I just left it alone. After, like, I realized, okay, I was hesitant here. I analyzed, I woke up and I found everything, the 2 legs and everything. I should have executed. I shouldn't be waiting for best pip. If I you know, the pip range was big, maybe I should have just put smaller lots. But I understand that and I realized it. Yeah. But like, you cannot just keep going and be like, oh yeah, I'm right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. You gotta understand what you did there that was wrong. Yeah. Once you find that out, this is the only way you're gonna improve. I understand 100%. I was hesitant here, and I wrote it down and I journaled that. But this is what you have to do to improve. Otherwise, bro, I'm telling you, bro, this is just a rabbit cycle. You know. So like, yeah, 100% here. Yes, I was trying to put 200 lots. Why, bro? Just put 50 lots and cover the whole top. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, that's what I was telling myself after the fact that already played out. Yeah? But look, I analyzed this yesterday, live, yeah? But I didn't execute because I was waiting for the best perfect pip. And let me show you something. Let me show you, yeah? This is all, like, what was going in my head. And as I was, bro, like I knew it left. So I was like, it is what it is, yeah? That's why New York, I just slept. I'm like, I was so mad at myself. I was like, yeah, let it go. So look at this. Yeah. I said this high was going to get respected. I said this zone was going to get mitigated. And I'm going to wait for 2 legs. Yeah. So already of this zone, I didn't take the trade right away. Yeah. I said I was going to wait for what? 2 legs. Perfect. 2 legs happen. High, low, lower high, lower low. From high to low 50%. Put the line above 50% and execute, right? Okay, cool. Perfect. That all happened, yeah? And then I dropped down to the 30 seconds. Look at this nonsense. Look at this nonsense that I did yesterday. I'll show you right now. What did I say? I said, if price comes above this high and wicks it out, I will enter the trade. Guess what? Price came back to this high and wicked it out. Did I enter the trade? No. I fumbled that. I was hesitant. Now, how many times price gave me an opportunity? 1 time, 2 times. Did I execute? No, I was being scared. I was being like a little girl. Scared. Guess what? It's gone. It's gone 100 pips. Yeah, but I realized that I'm not sitting here and like, you know, like babysitting myself. No, bro, I understand. I did something wrong. I did something wrong. Yeah, I was hesitant. Why that feeling happened? Because, okay, usually I don't trade Frankfurt high. This is a Frankfurt high. That's why I was a little bit hesitant. Not because I'm fearing that I'm going to hit stop loss, because I don't trade Frankfurt high, and this is a Frankfurt high, so I was hesitant about that Frankfurt high. But I analyzed all of this, right? And now when it came time to execute, the big boy time, oh, you know what? I didn't wear the pants. I just let it go. But guess what? Now I realized, then I was like, okay, this Frankfurt high played out, and this is my analysis, and I was expecting sales from here, and sales happened, right? So now there's 2 things. It's either I trade Frankfurt high or I absolutely don't trade Frankfurt high. This is what I came to the realization of. To cut that side of the thoughts out, I told myself, you know, this week, this weekend, I'm gonna go over price action and see how many times I took a trade from Frankfurt high and how many times I didn't, and when did it play out and when it didn't. And this whole last month, because it's been respected in Frankfurt high, or Frankfurt low, it's been respecting one of them, because usually both of them are traps. Yeah, but it's been respecting them, so I gotta find the data to back this up to make the decision if I'm ever gonna trade this or not. And if I come up to a decision that I'm never gonna trade this, guess what, brother? I'm never trading that. So when it goes, I just understand it's not my trade and I let it go, no problem. Just like Asia high, when you see it get induced and I don't get into nothing, that's the reason, because my data just shows absolute, like, don't even worry about it, don't even consider it. So that's why, like, when the trade go to Asia high and it induce and it melts down 1,000 pips, I don't care, because that's what my data shows. Yeah. So now I have to do the same thing with this last month, because this area has been respected, and that's why I wanted to trade this. But that's what I'm gonna do. But you have to understand. If you don't understand where's the problem, you can never fix it. You have to understand. Okay, I was hesitant because 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you have to go see. And if you don't have data, you don't have nothing to go back on, right? But if you have data, what can you do? You could go back and check the data. Okay, this. I was hesitant because this. Okay, but this, I have like 50 trades. They all played out. So why was I hesitant about this? Okay, this. That's what I was. Oh yeah, I have it here marked out. Yeah, also these played out more than I had stop loss. So why was I hesitant? And that's how you have to tackle that. But otherwise, if you're just gonna, sleep on it, bro, you just do yourself more harm. I swear to God, bro. Like this, all of this, I overthought that. But why? All you have to find the root cause. The root cause is this Frankfurt high. So now I have to go on my data and check and see when that I ever took a Frankfurt high trade. Did it play out? Did it not play out? What's the data behind it? Then make the decision if I'm ever gonna trade a Frankfurt high or Frankfurt low, or I'm never gonna trade it. And if I say I'm never gonna trade it, guess what? I promise you I will never get a trade. If it goes a million pips, it is what it is. I'm hard-headed in some sense,
I think you also had like a divergent, like I think.
Yeah, bro, I had everything. Everything was there. Everything was there. I fumbled that. Be honest with you, bro. Everything was there. Time window, everything was there. Like just like what you had now.
Yeah.
Guess what? I fumbled that. But you know what? I didn't go and say this is a trend line, this is that. I fumbled. This is exactly what I did. I fumbled. Yeah.
You know what the crazy thing, Yasin, is, like, if you asked me 6 months ago, Arafa, would you ever hold a trade overnight or like a day or two? I would say no to you, right? But now, because I understand, like, I got better with like time and effort, I would hold it. But it's just I just need to tackle this little small thing that's just stopping me.
Bro, what's stopping you is you're afraid you're gonna blow the account.
Yeah.
That's what's stopping you. And guess what, bro? You're gonna blow accounts. Bro, I blow 25 funded, bro. Not challenges, funded. Yeah? So, like, bro, it is what it is. What do you want me to tell you? Like, like that's how you learn. You're gonna have to blow them and learn. Blow them and learn. Like, you're gonna blow them. And you journey, bro, you're gonna blow them. So, this is just how it is. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't go take stuff that is not within your what's it called, your confluence and stuff like that. But if you write stuff down, I need to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you got that, bro, enter, bro. Even if you hit stop loss, enter. Because all you saying is feeling. I feel like. Once you feel like you feel too much, bro, you just, trading and feelings don't work together. Because every time I felt like this high and that low and this, it ended up bad. So you just stop all that feeling nonsense and you just, you wrote them down. You check. Now you just have to make the decision. Okay, all my checks is there. Oh, I'm entered. Done.
Yeah.
All that feeling will not get you paid. When you say I feel like, you're not gonna get paid. There's no feeling. They're just 1, 2, 3 is there. 5, 6, 7. That's what I was waiting for. Boom, enter, done. TP. Like, I used to not even let trades run sometimes because I was afraid I was gonna lose the like for example, I know I could go tomorrow and catch another one like with GU. Yeah. I know that it's not because I'm just delusional. because I seen it countless times. Yeah. But for me to lose these 41 pips, it was not an option for me to lose 41 pips. It's not here. I'm tripping. For me to lose 41 pips from here, from this low, to lose this 42 pips or whatever, because I entered off the touch, it just didn't make sense of any logic. And I'm not a swing trader, right? I trade intra-session. So, but this is a swing trade that is capable of doing that. But guess what? I am fine 100% of putting my my break even from here into here, and not lose this. Why? Because I'm not up ridiculous amount for the week. I'm not up like crazy profit for me to have that nonsense. Yeah? But I know this trade is capable of going all the way down there. But guess what? I'll catch you tomorrow again. No problem. You know? But this is what it is. This is what you gotta do.
Inshallah, I'll work on that, definitely.
Inshallah, my
I
friend.
appreciate it though, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. No worries, man. All right. Let's see if anybody has some comment before we close. I need to go, but thanks for the call, bro. Appreciate it. Love my bro. Same as always. Confused about TLQ. What's TLQ?
In trendline liquidity
And
and order flow, yeah.
order flow, bro. Order flow, you're gonna find it in the main push when price is moving like fast, yeah. When price move fast, it does something like this. This is order flow. Trendline liquidity, you find up, high, low. But trendline liquidity looks like trendline liquidity, but it also could be what? Inducements. So what you have to understand is your session daily cycle, medium inducement, no medium inducement, and that's what tells you if you want to trade or not based on that. Yeah, like if my direction is bearish, yeah, like I could have said all of this, and I did say this is trend line, which is, in fact, it is. But guess what? All of these are still inducements within that. Like that swept the high, yeah, that swept this high, yeah, this swept that high. They all sweeps or inducements at some point. That swept that high. Now look, that swept something to the left. This swept, that swept, domino effect, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could have said it's a trend line, but my direction is bearish. How do I know that? By following what? Medium inducement, no medium inducement. Where's the price coming from? Where price is going? Price is going down.
Context.
The context basically.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
That's as far as that. But anyway, you guys have a blessed day, man. And
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, bro. No worries.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.